Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. President William Ruto has entrusted the security of this country in the hands of the Somalis. When you look at the interior docket and the defense, including the intelligence, you realize one thing, that the Somalis have dominated this area. The security of any nation is very, very important. When you look at the defense ministry, the CS is none other than the eloquent, controversial Duale. Duale is a loyalist. When you look at the Deputy Inspector General, it is Noah Gabor, and the man is only a heartbeat away from being the Inspector General. When you look at now the National Intelligence Service, popularly known as the NIS, it is Nordin Haji, the man who has been promoted by William Samoei Ruto, the man who has been rewarded by William Samoei Ruto. When you look at the DCI is Mohammed Amin. Yeah, it is Mohammed Amin. So in a nutshell, you realize that both the defense and the internal security, we have so many Somalis. And in this video, I want us to crack the nuts on the thinking behind William Samoei Ruto to ensure that these dockets are dominated by the Somali. So if you are joining this channel for the first time, this is Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. At this point, I request you just to like this video and subscribe if you have never subscribed. The first reason why William Samoei Ruto has found it fit to have this ministry, the security dominated by the Somalis, is because he is a very good student of Arap Moi. If you look very keenly at William Samoei Ruto, though he says that he's a student of Moi Kibaki, truth be told, his actions, which speaks louder than words, shows that he was a very good student of Arap Moi. He went under his pupillage under Moi. The first thing that he learned about Moi is self-preservation. And any president would ensure that he has consolidated power. In 1982, there was a mutiny in Kenya where a section of the Air Force wanted to overrun the government. And for some few hours, for sure, they took over the government. And who crashed the mutiny? None other than the Chief of General Staff, that time, Mohammed Mohammed. Mohammed Mohammed is the one who crashed the mutiny and ensured that Arap Moi continued to lead the country. And that is why William Samoei Ruto realized that these people could be of much help. Again, William Samoei Ruto could be awarding royalty. One thing that is very clear with the current NIS guy who was appointed, Nordin Haji. This man was very loyal even to UHURU Kenyatta. But when William Samoei Ruto took over, he shifted loyalty at a degree of 360. Na sasa hata zile kesi ambazo kulingana naye anasema kwamba zilikuwa kesi za kisiasa, kesi ambazo hazikuwa na mashiko, kesi ambazo zilikuwa zimepelekwa pale kwa sababu ya siasa tu, zikatamatishwa. Maybe William Samoei Ruto found that this man is very loyal, and maybe he is rewarding him. And again, when you look at Adan Duale is also a very loyal person. Remember, in his book, he has opined that there was a time he was told to choose between royalty and by UHURU Kenyatta, and he was told that he cannot have a divided royalty. But he chose William Samoei Ruto because they have been together. They have been together in ODM. They have been together in URP. And now they were together in UDA. So this guy has been very, very loyal. And for you to have somebody you trust in the military, in the defense, you need somebody who is very, very loyal to you. The second reason why William Samoei Ruto is fit to have the Somalis maybe controlling this ministry important docket, maybe is because of the 2022 general elections. The grapevine has it that the Somalis who actually dominated the IBC secretariat helped to rig the elections. Truth be told, that these guys played a major role. And when you look at it, they had major connections in Somali. Na kile ambacho hatujawahi kujua mpaka sasa ni vile ambavyo these people were able to outwit the NIS. How did they manage to outwit the NIS? Kwa sababu ukiangalia vizuri sana utaona kwamba William Samoei Ruto anazawadi hawa watu. He feels that he need to pay them. And maybe this one could also be associated with the 2027 general elections. Can we conclude then that even in 2027, what was done in 2022 will be repeated? What will prevent William Samoei Ruto repeating what he did in 2022? That means 2027 could be rigged unless IBC is reconstituted, especially the secretariat. Unajua watu wengi wanaangalia to the commissioners. It is not the commissioners that rig the elections. Indeed, it is the secretariat. Because these are the people who are concerned with the day-to-day running of the affairs. They are the one who have the responsibility of even tendering. They are the one who goes all the way and negotiate with the people who are going to have the electronic register and all those things. So the secretariat is quite important. It is not the commissioners that are important. All the IBC members are very important. So that one could be a reason why William Samoei Ruto is rewarding the Somalis. Again, when you look at the Somalis, you realize that Kenya has its soldiers in Somalia up to today. And one question that many people have been asking, mbona hao watu wasirudi? Mbona wajeshi yetu yasireje? What interest does Kenya has in Somali since 2012? Is it 2012 or 2011 when the KDF was sent by Mwai Kibaki in Somali? We know Somali has stabilized. We know now Somali has a government. Lakini sasa bado tunaona majeshi yetu yako pale. Kwa hivyo swali ambalo tunaweza kujiuliza, je, could Kenya be very much interested with Somali? Maybe when you look at Somali, indeed, for quite a good time, ni kama Wakenya walikuwa wanatawala pale. Ni kama majeshi walikuwa wanatawala pale. I know there's a lot of business in Somali, untaxed business. Maybe when they cover, that is why you have to reward these people. Again, I see the issue of dealing with Al-Shabaab coming into play. Kwa sababu unajua Al-Shabaab ni wakati magaidi, ni watu ambao wamekuwa wakingangana na serikali ya Kenya. Magaidi ni watu ambao wamekuwa wakitishia nchi ya Kenya. Now, when you look at yesterday, I had a deputy county commissioner threatening to bring the Al-Shabaab, indeed, in the land of the motherland. A deputy county commissioner aje atume Al-Shabaab waje wakabiliane na wenyeji kwa sababu alipoteza kesi ya shaba. This is very, very scary. And that is why I'm saying the issue of Somalis in this country, the issue of having them, maybe William Samoei Ruto found it fit for them to be tamed, for them to cool down, for them to see that they have friends in government. Then he has to put them in the docket. Again, by putting them there, jambo lingine ambalo he could be able to kill two birds with one stone. Kwa sababu wakiwa pale, watakuwa wanapata habari nyingi kuhusu Al-Shabaab. And this way, terrorism can easily be contained. Again, when you look at what is happening in Kenya-Somali border, we are opening now the Kenya-Somali border. Why is it being opened at this time? Why is the Somali border being opened when Adan Duale is the CS internal defense? Why is it being opened when you have the NIS Ada Somali? This one tells you something that now maybe zile biashara zitakuwa zimenogea Na unajua kule katika mipaka kuna biashara nyingi sana za magendo, kuna biashara nyingi ambazo ni haramu, kuna vitu ambavyo vinapitishwa pale, magari ya kifahari unaona kupitishwa pale bila kulipia kodi, and they are able to escape the tax, they are able to escape KRA. Na ukiangalia vizuri sana utaona kwamba labda kule kufunguliwa kwa mipaka ya Kenya na Somali kunaashiria kule kuwaleta wa Somali karibu na nchi ya Kenya, kule kuhakikisha kwamba kuna amani kati ya mataifa ya mawili. But I believe William Samoei Ruto has vested interest. I believe Duale and many cabinet secretaries have vested interest in the border of Somali. Haiwezi ikawa tu inafunguliwa vivi hivi, sababu unaona kwamba wanaharakisha sana. You know, one thing I know is that if there is one thing that UHURU Kenyatta took seriously, it is the issue of security. And that is why he was able to contain the Al-Shabaabs. That is why he was able to install various surveillance cameras on major highways. Na ndio sasa unaona ya kwamba inakuwa vigumu sana kwa magaidi kuweza kushambulia nchi ya Kenya, kwa sababu walilegwa na wanaonekana wakiwa bali, wanaonekana hata kabla ya kufanya yale ambayo wanafanya, wanaonekana kupitia zile kamera za siri. Again, when you look at it, you can be able to tell that Duale could also be influencing this. I believe the NAS guy, the director of intelligence, I believe Duale had a hand in this. I believe Duale negotiated for this. One thing that you realize is that most of the positions in government are negotiated by royalists. And one thing that is very clear is that Aden Duale is a confidant of William Samoei Ruto. Aden Duale could be the closest CS to William Samoei Ruto. Many people don't know this. It's not even Kipchumba Murkomen. But these two guys are very, very close. And maybe he was rewarding Duale. Again, when you look at the Haji family in Northeastern, the Haji family seems to have a lot of influence. The Haji family controls the business in Northeastern, in Garissa, Wajir, those sides. Utapata kwamba hiyo ni familia tajika. Maybe these guys could have also influenced the president and maybe could be calling the shots. That is why you see so many Somalis in the senior positions. So what we are saying in this video is that Somalis are very, very important. Kenyans just like you and me. But it is important to have the face of Kenya in various ministries. Let us not have, like we are having in the cabinet, dominated by the Kikuyus and the Kalenjins. Just like we saw in the Ministry of Health. Tunaona wale watu wako begi pale ni Wakikuyu na Wakalenjin. Kalenjin akiwa hapa, Mkikuyu yako pale. Let us have the face of Kenya. All that is what Kenyans are asking. I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, I can say that the Somalis are eating with a big spoon. That is my take. And may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.